we install SAP S/4HANA software. We install SAP S/4HANA software for ABAP system, means ABAP system, and Java also. That means install an ABAP or install an Java. So you use SAP S/4HANA software for installing ABAP system or for installing Java system. When you install ABAP system is for what purpose? For installing SAP S/4HANA server system. So that means by using SAP S/4HANA software, when you select ABAP system is you are installing SAP S/4HANA server system. So mostly in companies, they use SAP S/4HANA servers for installing SAP S/4HANA server system purpose only. They use SAP S/4HANA software in the company mostly. So when you go to maintenance planner, we see the real-time systems in the company. When you see real-time systems, you got a clear information. So SAP S/4HANA versions, for what purpose they are using, what are the versions they are using, we got it clearly. Okay, now we go to real-time systems. Here, explore system is, these are all company systems. Click this one. So here, click product and click S/4HANA and select S/4HANA and click OK. Now here you saw SAP S/4HANA. These are all SAP S/4HANA systems. This one is one SAP S/4HANA system. This is SAP S/4HANA. Here you saw it is ABAP based SAP system. That means here they use SAP S/4HANA product. ABAP means it is SAP S/4HANA server system. So these are all SAP S/4HANA server system. So when we scroll down here, Java also is there. So that means they use in company SAP S/4HANA for Java system purpose also. But mostly systems they are using for ABAP system. Less systems only they are using for Java system. Mostly systems they are using for ABAP system. So that means here what you want to understand in company, SAP S/4HANA software is used for ABAP system purpose and Java system purpose. So mostly entire SAP business, we want to develop it in ABAP system only. In Java system is not possible because Java system is not supported for developing business. Okay, here clearly you got it clearly. Install an ABAP system or install an Java system. You use any software is possible means you install ABAP system and Java system. SAP S/4HANA software also is supported for installing ABAP system and is supported for installing Java system. That means in company you install SAP S/4HANA software, ABAP system and Java system is possible. Because there is a software for installing SAP S/4HANA ABAP system and there is a software for installing SAP S/4HANA Java system. That means it is possible by using SAP S/4HANA software, It is possible to install ABAP system and it is also possible to install Java system. Now here, yesterday I told clearly what are the versions is available in S/4HANA. I told clearly. Now I show. It is SAP S/4HANA 1511. SAP S/4HANA 1511. Here already I installed SAP S/4HANA server system in my server. It is by using SAP S/4HANA 2023. I already installed SAP S/4HANA server system. Here system status, we go there means here SAP underscore basis, SAP underscore ABA. These are all software components, installed software components. Here, these are all software components. Here, 84 software components is there in the system. After installing SAP S/4HANA 2023, in my system, 84 software components is there. In this, these two software components are very, very important. SAP underscore basis and SAP underscore ABA. These two software components are very, very important. Why means you use SAP NetWeaver or you use SAP ERP or you use SAP Solution Manager, you use any product and install ABAP system, you got in ABAP system only. In ABAP system only, software components is available. First of all, what you want to know is, in ABAP system only, software components is available. In Java system, software components is not available. That is very, very important step first you want to know. So, when you install any product, you use any product and install ABAP system. In that ABAP system, software components is there. In that software components, compulsory SAP underscore basis and SAP underscore ABA software components is available. Remaining software components is available or not. For example, S4 core. S4 core software component is available only in S/4HANA server system only. In NetWeaver, in ECC systems, you did not find S4 core software component. But SAP underscore basis and SAP underscore ABA, the two software components is available in every ABAP based SAP system. That is very, very important point you want to know. Now here, this is SAP here installed product versions tab. I click there means this is SAP S/4HANA 2023. I installed. It is 0 stack level. Initial stack. SAP S/4HANA 2023 initial stack. I installed. So SAP S/4HANA 2023 release is 758. How I tell SAP S/4HANA 2023 release is 758 by seeing this SAP underscore basis software component, whatever release is there. So SAP S/4HANA 2023 release is 758. Like that here, we want to know all the releases. Here, SAP S/4HANA 1511. This is SAP S/4HANA 1511. This is the first version they released. So SAP S/4HANA 1511 release is 750 release. Here, SAP ABA 75A. It is 750 release. ABA is 75A. SAP S/4HANA 1511. SAP underscore basis, SAP underscore ABA. It is 750 release. So that means SAP S/4HANA 1511 release is 750 release. Now we want to know SAP S/4HANA 1610 release. That is the second version we want to know. So this is SAP S/4HANA 1610. SAP BASIS 751 release and ABA 75B. So it is 751 release. SAP S/4HANA 1511 is 1610 is 751 release. So here compulsory we want to know the releases. Very, very important. We want to know the releases. It is 751 release and 75B. Next release we want to know SAP S/4HANA 1709. Next release is 1709 release information we want to know. This is SAP S/4HANA 1709 system. SAP BASIS 752. SAP ABA 75C. It is 752 release. Next, we want to go SAP S/4HANA 1809. Next release. Okay, it is SAP S/4HANA 1809. It is 753 release and 750. It is 753 release. Next, we want to know SAP S/4HANA 1909 release. SAP S/4HANA 1909 release. SAP BASIS 754. SAP ABA 75E. It is 754 release. Next, we want to know SAP S/4HANA 2020. SAP S/4HANA 2020. SAP BASIS 755 release. SAP ABA 75F. Next, we want to know SAP S/4HANA 2021. SAP S/4HANA 2021. 756 release and 75G. It is 756 release. Next, we want to know SAP S/4HANA 2022 release. Here, this is SAP system IDs. SAP S/4HANA 2022. 757 release, 75H. 757, 75H. Final latest release is SAP S/4HANA 2023. We want to know that release. Here in my system already is there. $758 release, 75I. So two ways is there to find the release. This is one way. Here you found the release. That is one way. Another way is directly you go to spam also. Spam tick code. Then you enter into the spam tick code. Another way is there to check the release. Here also you found the release. So like that, here you got it. Here, starting when you know that this SAP S/4HANA versions one by one clearly, you know this releases also clearly. SAP release clearly. 750, 751, 752, 753, 754, 755, 756, 757, 758. So up to this releases 750 to 758. 750, 751, 752, 753, 754, 755, 756, 757, 758. These are the releases is available in SAP S/4HANA. Now, okay, you got it clearly, SAP S/4HANA releases. Now, okay, here I selected this icon is ABAP. Here I'm selecting ABAP, SAP S/4HANA, SAP S/4HANA 2023. Now here you saw, when you install SAP S/4HANA 2023, you got SAP S/4HANA server system, and you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation 2023, and you got application server ABAP. That means you got SAP S/4HANA server, and you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation, and you got application server ABAP. But here when I go to system status, here when I go to system status in my SAP S/4HANA server system, here they're showing only SAP S/4HANA 2023. Why means so after upgrading this patch level, when we check here, they show SAP S/4HANA Foundation, they show ABAP application server ABAP also like this. They show all this one. So that means what here, when you install SAP S/4HANA software, you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation and you got application server ABAP also. That means we have separate, you want to install SAP S/4HANA Foundation here. You install SAP S/4HANA server and SAP S/4HANA Foundation also separate option is there. So you no need to install SAP S/4HANA Foundation separately. Why means in your SAP S/4HANA server system only, you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation also. Suppose here I installed SAP S/4HANA 2022 means I got SAP S/4HANA Foundation 2022. I installed SAP S/4HANA 2023 means I got SAP S/4HANA Foundation 2023. I installed SAP S/4HANA Server 2021 means I got SAP S/4HANA Foundation 2021. That means in your SAP S/4HANA server system only, you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation and Application Server ABAP also. Okay, now I select Java system. Here icon will be changed. Now Java system is selected. S/4HANA 2023. Okay, here SAP S/4HANA 2023. Okay, Adobe Document Services I selected. So when you install SAP S/4HANA 2023 Java, you got SAP S/4HANA Java system. So that means total different. When you install SAP S/4HANA ABAP, after installation, what is available is different. When you install SAP S/4HANA Java, after installation, it is. So here you are knowing when you install SAP S/4HANA server, what is available in system after installation. When you install SAP S/4HANA Java, what is available after installation. That's information you got it here. Next, kernel software is very, very important. Now we want to know about kernel software. Without kernel software, installation is not possible. SAP software installation is not possible without kernel software. And after installation also, that server will be work based on kernel only. Now compulsory, you want to know the kernel release. It's very, very important. You want to know the kernel release. It's very, very important. So first of all, I go to SAP S/4HANA. Present we have SAP S/4HANA 2020, SAP S/4HANA 2021, SAP S/4HANA 2022, SAP S/4HANA 2023. These 4 versions software is available for installing purpose. That's why we want to know that particular 4 versions kernel releases we want to know. Here SAP S/4HANA 2020, SAP S/4HANA Foundation 2020. So these two kernel versions only supported. SAP kernel 789, 64-bit Unicode. This is one of the kernel version. That is the version name. That is the version name. And another version is 793. These two kernel versions is supported. So two kernel versions is available for installing SAP S/4HANA 2020. Unicode kernel only. Unicode in shortcut you called as UC. Unicode in shortcut you called as UC. UC full form is Unicode. Okay, now we want to see about SAP S/4HANA 2021. So SAP S/4HANA 2021 also same kernel versions is supported. These two kernel versions only supported for SAP S/4HANA 2021 also. Now we want to see about SAP S/4HANA 2022. SAP S/4HANA 2022 also same kernel releases is supported. Now final release, SAP S/4HANA 2023 final release, we want to see the kernel. Only one version is supported, SAP kernel 793 only. That version only is supported for installing SAP S/4HANA 2023. Remaining versions is not supported for installing SAP S/4HANA 2023. So here, actually here, SAP S/4HANA all releases are 752, 758 releases. SAP S/4HANA all releases are 752, 758 releases. So actually two types of kernel software is there. Two types of SAP kernels is available. Two type of kernel software is there. One is Unicode. In shortcut you called as UC. And another one is non-Unicode. In shortcut you called as NUC. Now non-Unicode kernel, non-Unicode is kernel is supported up to 740 and lower releases. That means up to 740 releases only, non-Unicode kernel software is supported. Unicode kernel is supported below 740 and above. That means non-Unicode kernel is not supported to 750 and higher releases. Here SAP S/4HANA releases are 750 and higher releases. But here non-Unicode kernel is supported up to 740 releases only. That means when you want to install SAP S/4HANA software, when you want to use SAP S/4HANA software, you want Unicode kernel software only. No need non-Unicode kernel software. Only Unicode kernel software only is available. Why means non-Unicode kernel software is supported up to 740 releases only. But SAP S/4HANA releases are 750 and higher releases. That's why for installing SAP S/4HANA software, non-Unicode kernel software is not supported because SAP S/4HANA softwares are 750 and higher releases, but non-Unicode kernel software is supported up to 740 release only. Okay, now we see about Java system. SAP S/4HANA Java system. Java. For example, we go to SAP S/4HANA 2023. Yesterday, I told clearly, for installing SAP S/4HANA Java, we have three databases is available. MaxDB database, SAP AC, SAP HANA database. But when you want to install SAP S/4HANA ABAP, you've got only one database is available, that is HANA database. Here, these two kernel versions is supported. These two kernel versions is supported for installing SAP S/4HANA Java. For installing SAP S/4HANA Java, these two kernel versions is supported, 753, 754. That means total different. For installing SAP S/4HANA ABAP, 789, 793 kernel is available. For installing SAP S/4HANA Java, 753, 754. All these versions. Okay. All these four versions, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. These four versions you use any version in that four versions you want to install Java system is, these two kernel versions only is available. That means for installing here clearly you are getting what here you are getting for installing SAP S/4HANA ABAP system, only one database is available, that is HANA database, and 789 and 793 kernel versions is available. For installing SAP S/4HANA Java, you have MaxDB database, SAP AC database, SAP HANA database, and 753 kernel and 754 kernel. These two kernel versions is available. That's the difference, you got it clearly. This is SAP system ID. That means you want to identify your system by this name. Every system, they maintain different SAP system ID. In company, they maintain like that only. Every system, they maintain different SAP system ID. They did not use same SAP system IDs to other systems like that. Every system, they maintain different SAP system IDs. And here, so this is front-end software, front-end server. front-end server for SAP S/4HANA. Okay, so mostly for front-end server, they use this software, SAP 7.52. So nowadays, these two versions is not available. SAP S/4HANA 1511, SAP S/4HANA 1610 is not available. But ASAP 7.52 is available. This software is available. So ASAP 7.52 software for SAP S/4HANA, only 3 databases is supported. For installing, ASAP 7.52 for front-end server, only 3 databases is available. Kernel means 753, 754 kernel is supported. Okay, 3 databases. MaxDB, SAP AC, SAP HANA. In these 3 databases, you use any database. I told you, 753, 754 kernel is available for installing front-end server. Front-end server is very, very important. So we install NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. Install SAP NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. Okay, we use any database. 3 databases is available. For example, I use SAP AAC. For example, like that. I use SAP AAC database for installing NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. This is called as front-end server. Full form shortcut you called as FES, and full form is front-end server. So that means in one system, in company, what they do in one system, they install NetWeaver ASAP 7.52 software. 3 databases is available. You use MaxDB database or SAP AAC database or SAP HANA database. In this 3 database, you use any database and install NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. It is ABAP system, not Java system. Now, this system is called as front-end server. In this system, you did not develop any business. In company, they did not develop any business on this system. In company, they did not develop any business on that system. Now, for example, here only is there. Okay, here you saw clearly. This is one system, Linux server, Linux operating system. In this system, I installed SAP S/4HANA server system. In this system, I installed NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. This is another system. In this system, I installed NetWeaver ASAP 7.52. This is front-end server. Okay, I am the basis administrator. In SAP S/4HANA server, one problem is there. I want to log in and solve that problem. On that time, what I do? I use this SAP logon. I directly connected to the SAP S/4HANA server. Who basis administrator and ABAP developer, they want to log on to the SAP S/4HANA server. ABAP developer, when they log in program, is there any error they want to solve? Means they directly access to the SAP S/4HANA server. Basis administrator and ABAP developer. Okay, in SAP functional modules is there. 2 types of modules is there in SAP. 2 types of modules is there. SAP functional modules, SAP technical modules. Like that is there. So our basis is technical. Now functional modules are FICO, SD, MM, PP, QM, like that functional models. Now these functional models is there, no? They want to develop business in the SAP S/4HANA server system. That means they want to log on to the SAP S/4HANA server system now. By using this one, they directly access to the SAP S/4HANA server. Here, they directly access to SAP S/4HANA server is not possible. They access to front-end server. Functional models, they access to front-end server. In front-end server, SAP Logon or Fury apps is there. They open that SAP Logon on Fury apps. They connected to the SAP S/4HANA server. That means they want to connect to front-end server first. By using front-end server system, they want to connect to the SAP S/4HANA server system. That means they have no rights to directly access to the SAP S/4HANA server system. Who? Functional models. But ABAP developer and basis administrator, they no need to connect to the front-end server. They no need to log in into the front-end server. They directly connected to the SAP S/4HANA server. But functional models compulsory, they want to connect to the front-end server. By using front-end server, they want to connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. Like that in company, they maintain compulsory. In company, we have front-end server system system. Okay, these are all front-end server systems. In company, they maintain front-end server systems for connecting to the SAP S/4HANA server system. So these two systems is called as SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA. This one, front-end server and SAP S/4HANA server. These two systems. Here you saw SD, FICO, MM, ABAP. Like that, they connect to front-end server. In front-end server, Fury apps or SAP Logon is there. They use that one, they connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. These two systems is called as, when you combine that two systems is called as SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA. So that means here you are knowing how basis administrator they connect to the SAP S/4HANA server, how ABAP developer they connect to the SAP S/4HANA server, how FICO, SD, how functional modules department they connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. You are knowing that information there. You are knowing that information there in the, so in company how they connect. So these two systems, SAP front-end server in company, they maintain SAP front-end server and they maintain SAP S/4HANA server. So SAP front-end server, they use it for connecting to SAP S/4HANA server. So only SAP front-end server. When we use SAP front-end server in the company means that functional models, they want to connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. For that purpose only, they use that SAP front-end server. In SAP front-end server, they did not develop any business. So basis administrator and ABAP developer, they directly connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. Is there any problem? Is they want to solve that problem, they directly connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. They no need to connect to the front-end server. So compulsory in company, they maintain front-end server and SAP S/4HANA server. So functional models department have access to log in into the front-end server, from front-end server to SAP S/4HANA server. And this basis administrator, they don't use that front-end server. They directly connect to the SAP S/4HANA server. So these two systems is called as SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA. So here, you are not installing SAP S/4HANA software. By using SAP S/4HANA software, you are installing SAP S/4HANA server system. That is very, very important part. you are using SAP ERP software, you are installing SAP ECC system. Like that, you are using SAP S/4HANA software, you are installing SAP S/4HANA server system. In company, they told you, you want to install SAP S/4HANA server system. On that time, you want to know idea how you install SAP S/4HANA server system. By using SAP S/4HANA software, you want to install SAP S/4HANA server system. It is ABAP based SAP system. By using SAP S/4HANA 2023 product version, or by using SAP S/4HANA 2022 product version, or by using SAP S/4HANA 2021 product version, or by using SAP S/4HANA 2020 product version. You use any product version, and it is possible to install SAP S/4HANA server system in the company server. It is ABAP based SAP system. So when you install SAP S/4HANA Java, you did not get SAP S/4HANA server system. When you install SAP S/4HANA ABAP, on that time only you get the SAP S/4HANA server system. By using SAP S/4HANA 2023, you are installing SAP S/4HANA server system. After installation is completed, you call that system as SAP S/4HANA server system. In company, what they call it is enterprise portal system. It is ECC system. It is BW system. It is SAP S/4HANA server system. Like that they call. They did not call like it is SAP ERP software system. It is SAP NetWeaver software system. It is SAP S/4HANA software system. It is SAP BW HANA software system. Like that they did not call. They call like this only. It is SAP ECC system. It is SAP enterprise portal system. It is SAP process integration system. It is SAP S/4HANA server system. It is SAP BW system. Like that they call. So here you want to know how you install SAP S/4HANA server system. That information. Here you are knowing before installation only. First of all, here you will know what are the SAP S/4HANA versions is there. First point you want to learn that one. And in SAP S/4HANA versions, which versions nowadays is available for installing purpose? That one you want to know. So, what the kernel software is supported for installing that versions? It is Unicode kernel or non-Unicode kernel software, or both will be supported. That information you want to know. After installing SAP S/4HANA ABAP, what do you get in that system? After installing SAP S/4HANA Java, what you get in that system? That information you want to know. And after installing SAP S/4HANA 2023, SAP release. What is that SAP release? You want to know that one. Why means based on SAP release only, you want to know Unicode kernel software is supported or non-Unicode kernel software is supported. Why means in interview they ask you, what they ask you, when installing SAP S/4HANA 2023, which kernel version is supported? They ask you. On that time I told SAP kernel 793 version is supported. They asked me, it is Unicode kernel or non-Unicode kernel? They asked me. I told it is Unicode kernel. So on that time they asked me, why non-Unicode kernel software is not supported? Use non-Unicode kernel. Why use Unicode kernel only? They asked me. On that time I want to tell, no, non-Unicode kernel software is not supported. Why means so non-Unicode kernel software is supported up to 740 and lower releases only. But SAP S/4HANA all versions are 750 and higher releases. That's why when you installing any SAP S/4HANA version, only Unicode kernel software only is available for installing SAP S/4HANA releases. So that's information you will know. So when you install SAP S/4HANA ABAP, you got SAP S/4HANA Foundation, SAP S/4HANA Server, and Application Server ABAP. When you install SAP S/4HANA Java, you got only Application Server Java only. When you want to install SAP S/4HANA Java, only two kernel versions is available. That is 753 kernel version is available and 754 kernel version is available. Both is Unicode kernel software only. And compulsory they ask, what is that SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA? So SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA means that front-end server and SAP S/4HANA server. That two systems is called as SAP Business Suite for SAP S/4HANA. So they ask you that front-end server is ABAP system or Java system. It is ABAP system. They ask you in front-end server which software they install. NetWeaver AS ABAP 7.52. What are the databases is available for installing that front-end server? SAP AC, SAP MaxDB, SAP HANA databases. Okay, now in SAP S4HANA server, which software we use? SAP S4HANA software. Okay, for installing SAP S4HANA server, which databases is available? Only HANA database only is available. And which kernel? Now they ask you, so it is possible to install SAP S4HANA software in Windows operating system? They ask like that. It is possible. How it is possible? They ask you, you told me no, SAP S4HANA server is supported only on HANA database only. HANA database software is available only in Linux operating system. That means you want to install HANA database software in Red Hat OS or SUSE Linux OS only. HANA database software is not available in Windows operating system. HANA database software is not available in Windows operating system. HANA database software is available only in Red Hat. It is possible to install in only Red Hat OS and Linux OS. HANA database software is not supported in Windows. So that means what we want to do? We want to install HANA database software only in Red Hat OS or SUSE Linux OS. And you install that SAP S4HANA server in Windows operating system. Like that it is possible. In company they wish. They installed SAP S4HANA software in two systems. Sorry, in Windows operating system, in Linux operating system. Both is supported. You install, that means you install HANA database software in Linux and you install this SAP S4HANA server also Linux. That is one way. Or you install HANA database software in Linux and you install SAP S4HANA software in Windows. So like that also is possible to install. So, but HANA database compulsory in Linux operating system only. Why? Means they did not release HANA database software in Windows operating system up to now. And from 2016 year onwards only SAP S4HANA software is available. Before 2016 year, there is no SAP S4HANA server software in the market. So, this much introduction. So, here you are knowing by using SAP S4HANA software, which one you are installing. That information you are learning. So, software components is available inside ABAP system only, not in Java system. That information you are learning. So, what are the software components regularly you found in every ABAP based SAP system? SAP underscore basis and SAP underscore ABN. By seeing SAP underscore basis release only, you tell your SAP system release. So, like that, it is very, very important. It is the basics knowledge. SAP S4HANA is the 4th generation software. And one more important point, all of you know, SAP ECC system only, SAP S4HANA server system. Both are same. SAP ECC is enterprise management software. SAP S4HANA server also enterprise management software only. SAP ECC latest version only, SAP S4HANA server system. So they changed name. SAP ECC, they changed it as SAP S4HANA server system. From 2016 onwards, SAP, they did not release any version in SAP ECC. Then they released SAP S4HANA version. When they released in 2016, they released SAP S4HANA version. After releasing SAP S4HANA 1511, on that time onwards, they did not release SAP ECC version. SAP ECC latest version is SAP ECC 6.0 EHP. Then in 2016 they released. From 2016 to up to now, they did not release any SAP ECC version. Why? Means SAP ECC latest version only SAP S4HANA version. That's why SAP ECC system are also called as SAP S4HANA server system. SAP ECC is 3rd generation system, R3, SAP R3. R means real-time 3-tier architecture. S4HANA it is 4th generation software. So SAP ECC is supported in all the database, but SAP S4HANA is supported only on HANA database. When you use SAP ECC, you store databases in database like that. But when you are using HANA database, data will be stored in RAM only, not in hard disk. So SAP, based on SAP ECC everything, SAP S4HANA is fast. Why means SAP S4HANA you build an HANA database. That's why HANA database data will be stored in RAM. RAM is fast. SAP S4HANA software only supported on HANA database. Remaining software also is supported, but they did not use all the features in the HANA database. Only SAP S4HANA software only, they use all the features in the database. So when you want to install SAP S4HANA server system means, first of all, you want to install, in company they use VMware EXSI. They install VMware EXSI. In that VMware EXSI, they install operating system, SUSE Linux or Red Hat. Based on, they start the installation of SAP S4HANA. When you want to install SAP S4HANA server system, you want to follow some rules. Pre-installation steps is there. When you're doing one by one pre-installation steps, based on only you want to install. So this is called as greenfield. Greenfield means installations are greenfield. Greenfield, brownfield, like that they're called. Greenfield means installations. Implementations. Nowadays, implementation are very, very important. When you learn implementation topics in SAP Basis, definitely you get job. Without you don't know the knowledge of implementation means compulsory it is not possible to get job in SAP Basis. Why means nowadays they are asking very, very tough questions. All the questions they are asking on implementation only. Every questions they came from implementation only. Why means nowadays all the projects are available on implementation only. That's why every basis administrator compulsory they want to learn implementation. Without implementation knowledge, it is not possible to get new job. You want to switch company from one company to another company. Suppose you have 10 years experience, you are working on support team. So now you want to switch company for a salary improvement purpose like that. You try miss, it is not possible to crack the interview. You told I have 10 years experience, I'm working. It is not fake, it is original 10 years experience, I'm senior like that you told me. On that time also, it is not possible to crack the interview. Why means nowadays implementation topics are very, very important. Lot of changes. In softwares, there are lot of changes they are changing. So 2 years up to 2027 or up to 2030, you want to build your job means first of all compulsory you want to learn SAP Basis and SAP HANA. So someone they telling cloud like that means BTP like that means when they require BTP, you have 8 years experience, above 7 years experience on the time you want to learn BTP. You have only below 7 years experience means no need to learn about BTP. It is not a hurry subject.